Elena, thank you so much for joining me from the Netherlands. It's so nice to have you here.
So nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. So, I just have a few questions to ask you regarding this miraculous program that we've both been introduced to and that we find phenomenal. So, I just want to share with the world, you're in the Netherlands, I'm in Australia, where this is going to go. Nobody knows.
Yeah, true.
All we know for sure is that the right person's going to hear it at the right time. So yeah, I've just got a few questions for you in regards to the process and what it's done for you. So the
Mhm.
first question that I have is, how were you introduced to this method and how long ago?
I was introduced to this method. I can't really remember. I think it was in a Facebook group or something like that when I was doing a course for trauma resolving, and I Friedrich came across, and I thought, hey, that's interesting. And I read about it, and I read more about it, and then I talked to one of our sisters in Australia very early in the morning. I think it was 6:30 or something here in the Netherlands because of the time difference, of course. And she was so excited. And I just felt it. And although she could not tell anything about the method, she could tell me so much about the change, the sisterhood, the amazing way people talk about, that have been through, talk about creatrix. And I was just so I wanted to know everything about it. And
Mm.
she hooked me up with a sister in the Netherlands because it was already also in the Netherlands. I didn't know that. Um, and she was excited, and I just wanted to be a part of it. I just wanted
Mm.
to experience it, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to be a transformologist. I knew.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I became one in 2021, and I've been working with creatrix ever since. I have my own practice in the Netherlands, and I'm doing this on a daily basis, and I love it.
Mm. That's so
Yeah.
amazing. Changing
Yeah.
women's lives.
Yes, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Love
And
that.
not only women's lives, also the lives of their partners and the children. I've had the first daughters, I've had the first mothers that after their daughters or mothers have been with me. Husbands are coming for coaching as well. I do also partner a couples therapy afterwards because you just change your whole system.
Mm.
And that's amazing.
Mm. Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And so what were you struggling with before the method?
Well, the head chatter in my head, just it was never silent in my head. And for as long as I can remember. I can even remember being 7 years old, 7 years old, not only pondering, because pondering is that lovely English word for, you know, thinking about things. It's not pondering, it's just thinking about every step you take, every step you took, what you're gonna do when, and then all the scenarios. And did I do well? No, I didn't do that. Oh, I should have. Why couldn't I? And that was my main challenge. That challenged me time after time, and it was so what do you say that tiring.
Mm-hmm.
It costs a lot of energy,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't even realize how much till after creatrix. And now I don't have that anymore. There's just so much energy that I have for other things.
Mm.
And that
Yes.
was that was the most profound thing, and also a form of anxiety I never thought I had. I didn't think I was anxious at all.
Mhm.
I was not anxious, but I was. I just didn't know. It was just under the surface. And
Mhm.
it it just it ruled me. I won't do that. I will do that. I won't do that. Will do that. And it was just I don't know, always, pushing yourself, always, I have to be able to do this. Why can't I do this? I have to.
Mm,
And then
mm,
pushing myself.
mm,
I was always pushing myself, and I didn't know against what,
mhm.
but it was anxiety, I think, and stress. Oh my God, a lot of stress.
Wow. Yeah, well, it's definitely stressful when you're always second guessing yourself and your actions and your motives and your
Oh, yes, and always just, what what are they expecting of me? What do they need? What
Mm,
is important to what has to be done for the greater good?
mm,
And I forgot that I had desires, that I needed something, that I could be tired, that
mm,
I just had, I wanted to do everything on my own.
mm,
So that was really a big thing.
mm. So, who would you say that you were before doing the process?
Mhm. Um, I always talk about her like our clients do.
Mhm,
I talk about her because it's not me anymore. And in a way it is, of course, but she was always on the tip of her toes, always scanning, always wanting to be good. I wanted to be good. I wanted to be the best, and not in a competitive way, but there was guilt and shame. I knew, so I had to do it.
mm,
I am, if I know I have to be a good person for the whole world. I felt very responsible for everything and everyone. So that was her. That was really me before Creatrix.
mm,
And the me after Creatrix is still very, I have a lot of compassion. I still work with, as a therapist in a way, a transformologist is not a therapist, but, I still work with people, but in a completely different way. And also as a mom, I've changed a lot as a mom and as a
mm,
partner. I think um, I'm more relaxed. I let them figure things out on themselves or for themselves. Yes. So
mm.
and that's just small things. I'm completely different.
Yeah, wow. Wow. And so, what would you say has been the biggest change for you personally?
Um, well, what first thing that comes up is I do not wake up at night with this.
Mm,
Okay, what's okay? Is there anything I need to worry about? What have I missed? What have I done wrong? What's up for next? What is up for the next day? What do I have to do? All the lists, but especially the guilt. I always felt guilty for, name it.
mm,
Not that's guilt is a very it's a nasty thing because it is in everything and you don't recognize it as guilt. I did not recognize it as guilt, but now I know it was guilt. I always felt a heavy burden of, well, maybe also not being enough, good enough, not doing my best. Well, I did that, but it was never enough.
mm,
And that waking up in the middle of the night, um, with this feeling like your stomach is dropping. I don't have that anymore. And I can't find it. Sometimes I'm on the toilet in the middle of the night. I'm like groggy, all groggy. And I think, is there anything I need to worry about? It's just it's a habit. Is there anything I need? Oh, woman, just go back to bed and sleep. It's like that. And it's amazing.
Yes,
It's amazing. Really. Yeah.
yes. And who else has noticed the changes?
Well, there's no one that hasn't noticed.
Mhm.
I am completely different, really. And it's subtle, but it's there. So my partner, and he tells me a lot, because he's also proud of the journey I've taken on, but also he sees that I'm more at ease. I'm relaxed. I don't worry about things. I even worry less than he worries. So
Mhm.
that's really new to him as well. And my girls are really, and they also did creatrix now, and then they sometimes still they have to do the last resets.
Mhm.
But we're in a process because it's also they're also growing up, so they sometimes feel the urge, and now we're in a pause, and that has done a lot for them as well. But now they recognize things in me, right?
Mm.
They see me doing things, and it just helps them execute their dreams. I mean, my daughter, she's been traveling this past year. She's been traveling. She just follows her heart.
Mm.
And I think the mom I was before, I've never been a really stressed mom. I was stressed, but not as a mom. But I think I would have reacted differently. She's been away for 3.5, 4 months. And of course, I missed her, but there was nothing else. I was not afraid. I was not sad. I was not, no purposeless or anything. It was just, I followed her journey, and I was proud, and I could see her grow. And when she was in, something's happened, blah, 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 I could be calm because, every problem can be solved. And that's just, and now she recently started her own business
Yeah.
because of what she's done overseas. She
Mm.
now knows what she wants to do, and it's amazing to be able to support that. And also, that's what I'm doing. I'm building a business, and she
Mm.
sees, I can go be the mom and walk up front, but also, give her time, trust, and also ease to figure it out on her own.
Mm.
That's what creatrix, that's a gift creatrix gave. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And
Letting.
my children's children and my grandchildren's children.
Yes. Yes. Letting everyone walk their own path
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah.
effortlessly and easily. Ugh.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know. I love it. It's like freedom, isn't it? Really.
Oh,
It's.
but that's it. It's freedom.
Mm.
Yes. And where, and even if you, that's the amazing part. My clients, they feel freedom. And then you do your thing, and because you do new things,
Yes.
there can something can come up, what I mean, things you've never experienced before can trigger other new things or old new things. And then you do another creatrix session, and then you're just next level. And so there's no end to the freedom, and that's just
Mm.
amazing.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
It certainly is. And
Yeah.
so, what about if anyone's watching this right now and they're thinking, this is too good to be true? What words
Yes,
would you have to say to them?
I get you. Because I was like that before. That was actually why I didn't sign up right away for Creatrix, because I wanted to figure out how is this possible? I wanted to know the how, why. It was just really me. And is it scientifically okay? And what I found out is it is. And you don't need all that crap. That is on being on the other side. You don't need that crap. The only thing you need is that you feel you have to do it and you trust. That's important. You trust your transformologist. Yeah, that's important because she will lead you through. You don't have to do anything. That's the amazing thing. um, Forget about having to work hard for results. You have having to deserve it. No, you deserve to be at ease with yourself, um, uh, stressless. Of course, there can be stressful periods. That's life. And stress is not your enemy as long as it is an impulse to execute things. We all have stress sometimes, but the chronic stress that is underneath and the triggering stress things, you resolve it with Creatrix and you deserve that because it makes life completely different.
Mm.
So, yeah, just do it and look at look at all the women that um, have done this before you, because now we have in this interview that, besides you and me, there
Mhm.
are so many women
Mm.
that already have been through, and they all say the same things. That counts for something. So just absorb that. If you
Mm.
need proof, okay, just absorb that, but do it. Just do it. It
Mm.
will change your life. Guaranteed. What else do you want?
Yeah. What
What
else?
else do you want? Yeah, what else? And I do have all these women that come to me, friends. I have the sixth colleague in one team now that even the boss is paying a part of the transformation, because he says you have to go to Eline, because he sees how all these women are changing, and they
Mhm.
tell each other,
Mm.
and they come to me, and also friends and mothers and daughters, and they say, I want what she has. I want what she has. I see it, I feel it, I believe it. So if you have any doubt, just watch the videos, talk to somebody that's been through it, and do this for yourself. Really do
Mm.
this for yourself. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes. And one final question. So the men that are watching
Mm.
and they have some beautiful woman in their life, could be a sister, could be a wife, could be a mother, and they see her struggling with self-esteem, emotions, or some kind of stress. What would you say to the men?
Um, that's nice. I do talk to men a lot. I also do these I'm a speaker as well at events and also for men. And I talk about the differences between men and women and how important it is that he recognizes the struggle of his wife, girlfriend, sister, mother. And that is because that's love too. And that he recognizes it is the first step, and that she doesn't have to, how do you say that? It doesn't have to impact her life or their life as much as it does at that point. That he even worries about her or that he sees her struggle and he cannot solve it. That's hard for a guy.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it is. And I know they tell me so that it's hard. They want to solve it and they cannot solve it. She has to solve it for herself and she deserves the right method and the right helping hand. And that creatrix can do that and that he will see that like he sees now how much she's struggling, he will see her on the other side and he will see that he has a complete woman by then. That is so important to do. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I would say that. And that he will have his wife back or his sister and a woman in his family that will change things. It can be a good mother or auntie or it just changes lives and not only her life.
Mm.
Yeah, I would
Beautiful.
say that.
Yes, I love that. Thank you so much. And thank you for taking the time out to join me today and spread
Mhm.
this message far and wide so that we can just help transform women's lives and therefore transform the world. So thank you, thank
Yes,
you, thank you. I really
thank
appreciate
you
you
too.
being here.
Thank you too, Shannon, for
Thank you.
inviting me.
Bye. Well, you're welcome. Bye.